Welcome everyone. Welcome in to Purple and Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight we're going to be doing music and tarot. And we are going to focus on the Virgo New Moon tonight. We are multi-streaming, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. And I'm just checking everywhere to make sure we're all good. There we go. Welcome everyone. We're kind of just taking it easy tonight. Music and tarot, we sometimes get to keep up, and sometimes we have to take them down. Depends on if YouTube yells at me about the music or not. Vanessa, let me know. Is music too loud? Bit distorted. Hold on just a second. Is that any better? Let me try. All right, let me know if that's any better. I do have the music playing in the background. It's not really loud, but sweet, sweet. All right, so I'm running a little bit behind. I was just getting my cards ready. I do want to read for the collective with the Virgo New Moon energy before we get started. I put some hopefully helpful information on your screen. There's a Virgo New Moon ritual on there for those of you that are interested. I got some cool rocks today I want to show off. I got my first, what's it called, Vanessa? My first geode that is, it's not cracked open yet. I thought it was pretty cool. So I got these today. I'm pretty sure this one is called Blue Agate, and then that's going to be the red carnelian. But here's my little geode. You guys see it? When you shake it, you can hear stuff inside, and I totally didn't know that it did that. Like I didn't, I did it, and it almost looks like, I don't know. It looks like almost like hard dirt or like packed dirt. So honestly, like if the person wouldn't have told me or shared it with me, gave it to me, I wouldn't have known like what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to crack it open. Vanessa was just telling me apparently you need a hammer, a screwdriver, and I'm supposed to go down the middle. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try to crack it open after the live stream is over. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I got those today. I'm not seeing YouTube, and it has me just slightly. Rachel, welcome. Um, yeah, slightly disturbed. I feel like it's not giving me the YouTube comments. I don't know why. I feel like it did that the other day with Diana. You remember that, Vanessa? But I see you over there. All right, guys, let's do a quick collective reading just so we can all make sure we are where we're supposed to be, right? Don't pay attention to my nails today. I just got off work. They're super dirty. I couldn't get the paint off half of them today. It was back to school weekend at work, so we did schoolhouse rocks. So we painted rocks this weekend. I know, right? And Mercury's not retrograde, so it honestly Shouldn't be doing that to me. Kaylin, welcome. There's some YouTube. I don't know why the Rachel person, that's so mean, right? Like it didn't, it didn't pick up her comment. All right, let's do a quick collective and see where everybody's at with the Virgo new moon. I'm going to start masculine energy. Guys, please remember everyone has masculine and feminine energies. If you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're trying to learn how to balance those energies out, right? Makes sense? Easy cheesy. All right, let's start masculine energy first. We have the Judgment card, Scorpio coming out so strong, always, always at PLR. Scorpio is actually my counterpart energy. I actually don't have a lot of Scorpio in my own birth chart. It is my fifth house, but this is going to be about like hearing some type of calling. And I got the message pretty quickly. The divine masculine could feel the divine feminine pulling at the energy. So it's almost like it's normally the divine masculine that's calling, but it's almost like it's the opposite way this time. Now it's the divine feminine that's pulling at the masculine's heartstrings. All right, let's look at the feminine energy. We have the strength card coming out. Look at the major arcanas. I'm loving this energy. All right, so the strength card, Leo energy coming out. That's going to be like having to dig deep for something. So the divine feminine could be going through something that's challenging right now. I know that's, really true in my own journey. Um, and maybe could be like why they're reaching out for the masculine. But also I'm seeing something about like, see how she's taking her mask off. So it's almost like the divine feminine could feel, um, wow. I just got this weird like view, this picture of like dented armor. Um, that's pretty significant. So it's almost like the divine feminine could feel like as she was out there, fighting the good fight, she's been injured in some way. She's been hurt in some way. And reaching out for the divine masculine. I can't say I seen any of this coming. All right, let's look at the bridging energy. All right, guys, remember when I created the spread, the bridging energy is your current spiritual lesson. So if you're listening to me and you're like, yeah, some of that is happening to me, this card that I'm fixing to pull is really going to tell you, like, are you in the right place? Did you listen to your intuition? Did you get drawn in for a specific reason, right? So let's pull bridging energy. We have the Justice card. Three very powerful major arcanas coming out. Virgo New Moon energy, right? The Justice card does say that there has been a great injustice. It does say that the scales need to be balanced. It also says, though, that I'm using the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, which tells the story of the two lovers, the Twilight lovers, right? Okay, so her hands are full, and the point is, I love it how she's got a musical note, and we're doing music and tarot. But her hands are full, and the meaning of the card is pretty significant. Some type of great injustice has been done, and the scales need to be balanced back out. But it's bridging energy, so it's like both sides. Everybody has their hands full. Maybe no one can like pay attention. It's almost, I'm getting this energy like I can't help you because I'm trying to like deal with my own type of thing, right? So it's kind of the message that I just got. On the bottom, we have Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, but I want to show you the card because, again, pretty significant. Um, the Ace of Pentacles is covered in all of these, um, like dried, old, they're almost dying, like vines and leaves. it seems withered and aged. It seems tired. So it's almost like everyone's fighting for some type of Ace of Pentacles, right? Some type of new beginning, some type of new start. Dang, that was some big energy, like right away. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Kaylin is a Capricorn. I have a daughter-in-law named Kaylin. Spells it a little different, but it's pretty cool. All right, so now I'm gonna do head, heart, and higher self. We're gonna look at what everybody's thinking, feeling, and what our higher self lessons are at this time. All right, let's start with that Scorpio masculine energy. Don't pretend like you don't know comes out in their thoughts. The masculine energy could feel like the feminine knows more than they're saying. Or it could be, this energy could be saying like there's something they can't ignore. It's probably the pull from the feminine. All right, let's look at the heart space for the masculine energy. Your opinion of me matters. That could be a message from the divine feminine. It is in the heart space. I won't really know till we get to that next row. Vanessa is a Capricorn too. Vanessa, my moderator, helping me over on Facebook. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I don't understand what is happening. That's going to be higher self lesson, and it's falling in the higher self lesson spot, but it's an actual like higher self card, like message. So for the divine masculine, they could be learning about like what is happening. They're calling, especially with the Scorpio judgment card, right? Like the purpose of the journey, the reason they keep feeling the energies being pulled back and forth, right? All right, let's look at the divine feminine, head, heart, and higher self. So in the headspace for the divine feminine, I'm headed out the door now. It's definitely a pull coming from the divine feminine. It's almost like um, wanting to speak it into existence. All right, let's look at heart space. I deleted our messages. So this is going to be conversation. I know everybody thinks it's that, like it's the third eye or the brow chakra or sometimes even the crown chakra. But it's actually your heart space, your heart chakra. That's where the energy flows back and forth. And that's where the communication goes back and forth, right? Does that make sense? Your opinion of me matters is coming from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. And I deleted our messages is coming from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. And the interesting part is like, I feel like before those messages weren't deleted. That's definitely something that's like very recent. It definitely could be this energy of divine masculine trying to run. I know in my heart I would have never done any of this without you comes out for higher self. Divine feminine could be getting this energy of recalling. Um, there's another word, nostalgia. Something pretty significant, pretty interesting happened to me today. Um, how do I? Okay, so have you ever met somebody? Have you ever met the same person twice? And I didn't say that right. today I had this weird experience where I met someone that I had never met before, but in the very same place and in the very same way that I had met someone else. Does that make sense? So it wasn't really like nostalgia. It was more like, I mean, it reminded me, I guess, of that situation, of course. Um, but yeah, it was almost, I don't know, like it played out. Erica says yes with the confirmation. Thank you. All right, let's do a guidance card. Okay, since we were talking about the chakras, let's use the chakra cards for guidance. Divine masculine. I guess we're gonna do two. So we have the passion card. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Sacral chakra. Tiger's eye is on here. So I don't have a piece out here, but um, if you have a piece of tiger eye, you could definitely use it to help cleanse and move the sacral chakra into like a flowing state, right? Alignment, whatever you want to call it. But there is this energy of divine masculine going through some type of change. Um, and I even just heard like self sabotage. So divine masculine could be self sabotaging some type of new change. Tiger's eye could be good for meditation. Also good just to carry it in, like in your pocket, because I think that you feel like you're losing power or you're losing like some type of self power because you're experiencing this change. And it's almost like you think that if you surrender to this change, then you're giving your power away. And that's not the case at all. Whatever experience you're experiencing right now, you're meant to experience it. It's part of your journey. You're going to learn something, experience something. It's going to make you stronger, wiser, braver, all the things, right? But if you're like nervous of the change or feeling like you're losing your power because you're going through this change, then carry a piece of tiger's eye in your pocket. I know it sounds silly, but try it before you knock it, right? Oh my gosh, Erica. Ooh, how weird. What do you think the lesson is there? I think Spirit's telling us not to watch reruns. All right, let's get one more for Divine Feminine. We have the heart chakra coming out, compassion. Resolve your conflicts with compassion. I do see forgiveness on the bottom. You'll find freedom in forgiveness. All right, guys, that is going to be collective. I hope that was helpful. I hope that helps you see if you're in the right room or not, right? Ooh, my ear, left ear just caught fire. Don't repeat. I think we're all dealing with that. I just flipped over that I just can't seem to let go. I don't know, but how interesting is it that like we're all dealing with separation, ending karmic cycles. Um, we're all in that push energy where you feel like, I don't know, I'm in this weird like I can't decide if I like it or not. You know what I mean? Right now it's I'm the Problem by Morgan Wallen. I don't have it on really loud. It was late. Everybody was tired. What music are you guys playing? I almost wish I had a hammer and a screwdriver. I feel like I would pop this sucker open on the live. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm just wondering, like, what happened to Sandra and Diana? I remember last time we didn't say anything to Diana, and she was like, she didn't even know we were doing it. It's afternoon, 8:21 p.m. Guys, I am offering a free Virgo New Moon. It should be on your screen. The Find Out Why reading. It's 3 card spread. Also, if you have your birth chart, we can do how is Virgo New Moon impacting you. Let's see what else. Is it working okay over there, Vanessa? When we first started, I seen a comment. Um, Look, I will see if I can look at it. Yeah, Rachel. And then it never came through. I never saw it. When Kaylin came in, it started coming through. And I'm just saying, guys, Mercury is not even retrograde. All right, let's do readings. Let me know, ladies. We might just have to make it short and sweet. I must have it on some type of like Morgan Wallen playlist because it's doing another one. There's Sandra. I popped over there because I didn't want to be like I didn't want like somebody to get upset and be like, hey, I didn't know we were doing live. Vanessa says she can't hear my music. I was trying not, you know what else I'm gonna do? Because it's music and tarot. But this light melts me. Is it purple? Does it look purple? I don't feel like it looks purple. I feel like it looks red. But it's so much calmer. Tiona says, I would like a free reading. Okay, so Virgo New Moon, just a little recap. It's at 0 degrees, guys. So just a little bit I hear of the music, sweetie. So not too loud. Um, this new moon, you're going to be experiencing something right now that you think you're not ready for. But by the time we get to the second Virgo new moon at the 29 degrees, you're going to be ready for it. In fact, it'll be like a big push test to make you do whatever it is by that time. And that's going to be September 21st, I believe. Um, Virgo new moon will also, both of these new moons will also, and plus just this whole Virgo season, will also give you, remember the analysis paralysis that we talked about, where we were like, you could overthink something to the point that you, you freeze up and you don't do it. Well, with this new moon, it's a black moon, guys, a very powerful, powerful lunar lunation. So with this moon, one, don't forget to set all your stuff out tonight, right? Just like full moons, it's again has very powerful energy. It helps cleanse, and kind of like recharge and power up a lot of things, right? And your moon water and all of that kind of stuff. But when it comes to setting intentions, which is what we do with new moons, right? You can definitely experience that, um, analysis paralysis, where you freeze up and then you don't actually like set the intention, or you don't follow through with the intention, right? So that's what I'm hoping that this free reading tonight will help you guys with. So the cards, the spread that I made is, um, the root of your hesitation. So like the why you're fearful of moving forward or taking the step or whatever it is, right? I'm also going to look at the hidden tool. Spirit is never, you ever heard that saying that God doesn't give you anything you can't handle? That's a factual statement. Spirit is never going to put you in a like testing period or lesson period without you having the tools to be able to navigate through that period, right? So what tool do you have that maybe you're not tapping into or you're not paying attention to that could help you as you're moving through this Virgo new moon energy, right? And then the key to Virgo energy here is going to be this last card. It's gentle first step. So the key to Virgo energy in general, not just this particular new moon, not the next new moon, I mean not the next Virgo moon, but the key is going to be to make a small step. It doesn't have to be these great big leaps and bounds. I think for me, I'm the Aries. So it's like everything I do is in great big leaps and bounds. And then I burn out. You know what I mean? With this Virgo new moon, this is a very analytical moon. It's going to make you strategize, it's going to make you plan ahead. And you want to be able to take action in a very gentle, calm way so that you'll continue taking those steps instead of just quitting, right? I love it. Wait till you see these cards. I was looking at them. Hold on, let me do this thing real quick. But I was looking at them in the purple light when I turned it on earlier. I feel like it looked different earlier. I swear it wasn't so like reddish color. Does it look purple to you? Maybe it's just my screen. All right. So anyway, that's the free spread. So let's do Tiona first because I seen her first. She's like, music could be a little louder. All right, give me just. I seriously, like, I put it on a song right before we started, and now it just went to like all Morgan Wallen, and I'm not like a fan of Morgan Wallen as like a person. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him. I just feel like we have different opinions of things. Um, he has some nice songs, but how interesting that it's like every single Morgan Wallen song is playing right now. All right, I turned it up a little. Tiana. All right, Tiana. So right now, Virgo new moon up in the sky, making you feel like there's something you need to do, but you feel like you're not quite ready for it. Let's find out the why. Ace of Cups says overflow of emotion. So it's like you're too emotionally involved, too emotionally attached. All right, let's look at the hidden tool that you already possess to help you move forward. You have the Five of Swords. How is that a hidden tool? Have mercy. Oh, okay. So I don't think I've ever seen your chart, Tiona. But Spirit is telling me that you have like a already a very analytical mind. Um, so the Five of Swords is normally like disagreements, arguments. It says that like um, there's a battle and you come out on top of the situation. For me, the Five of Swords has always been like negative thoughts. So immediately I thought that's what it was, like negative thoughts. And I was like, oh my gosh, how can this be a tool? And Spirit says, um, this is an analytical mind. This is you being able to like process information, think things through. You do it all the time, pretty regularly, which tells me that you probably have some type of, natal placement where Mercury, Saturn, something like that is going to like help you think things through more logically or practical, that type of thing. So I guess I would ask, where is Virgo for you? All right. Let's see, what is the small, gentle step that Tiona can take? Ooh, we have the Nave of Swords. Okay, so Nave of Swords is like Page of Swords. We do have King of Wands on the bottom. King of Wands says like get excited, get passionate about something, take new passionate action. But the Nave of Swords, so your gentle step is going to be just to learn more about it. It could have something to do with communication because you see, I don't know if you can see on the card, but like she's tapping on his shoulder. Like she's kind of, it's almost like she's sneaking up to him. Sorry. And she's like, hey, I got something to say to you, right? Like she's tapping him on the shoulder. Like she wants to have this conversation. She wants to tell him something. Page of Swords is normally the card that says like you're watching someone, but you're afraid to communicate, you're afraid to talk. Um, but I think it's more about the higher learning, like Spirit saying the gentle first step that you can take is some type of like research, some type of book, um, that type of energy, maybe conversation as well. All right, I hope that was helpful. I'm Hard to Love is the song that's playing. That's one of my favorites. Erica of Virgo Moon. Thank you, Tiona. Is the music better, Vanessa? She said no. What do you listen to, Vanessa? Like I imagine you have different music, right? Like you listen to different bands. This is also one of my favorites. It's called Fall in Love, and it's by Bailey Zimmerman. when you're on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, I feel like this song really relates to the always feeling like you're taken, like you're not really single. You know what I mean? All right, Vanessa, here we go. All right, Virgo New Moon. So I'm looking at the root of your hesitation, the why. Hey, I know some of those. That's pretty cool. I normally listen at work. I'm normally listening to like frequency music, nature music. My boss calls it spa music. But the other day, I totally was blasting CB Nicks. I found the CB Nicks radio station on my music player, and I just listened to her all day, 8 hours straight. On Saturdays, we have the kids' activities, right? So, like today, when there's kid activities, I do 10 to 6. So, all day, I listen to Kids Bop. Have you ever heard of Kids Bop? Do you know what Kids Bop is? Um, it's like where, kids sing all the songs, and they're normally like popular songs. It's super cute, but like when 8 hours of it, you're like, oh my god. All right, Vanessa, you got my favorite card. You got the Four of Wands. So you know how I always say that all tarot cards like tell a story. Okay, so in Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, it's a story. It's a story about these two people um, that can't be together, but have a great purpose. And they have to go out into the world, and they have to fight the darkness, and then they come together in the twilight hours, and they only have those few moments to like recharge and reboost, and then they go back out and do it all over again. In the Four of Wands card, you get to see them in that moment, in that twilight, in that coming together. I will say that they both look exhausted. Um, what's interesting is there's a strong energy of surrender with this card. So I'm looking for the why. Like there's a hesitancy that you won't take an action and move forward. You feel you're not ready, like not ready for something. Um, and it's got something to do with like a person. It could be saying like your attachment to this person. Um, it just be the exhaustion from the journey that you're on. I feel that it's almost just like this. I'm tired. It's weird to me doing like PLR because we're live every day, it seems like. But it seems like it's gone so fast. And like the other day, I was um, like just thinking back of when this all started. For me personally, and it's like, wow, I can't believe it's been that many years, right? Like, and it's going longer and faster. And it's like, wow, there's this energy with this. Like, I've been doing this for a really long time, and I'm just tired. But I don't know if it's like you're surrendering out of exhaustion, and it's almost like spirit saying that's not good enough. The Jelly Roll song, God, I Need a Favor, or it's called A Favor, was just playing. It talks about how um, sometimes we don't pray until we need something. I want to look at your hidden tool. Ooh, you have 9 of Cups. Manifestation, attraction. Do you feel like you bring things to you quickly? Like you manifest things quickly or easily? Especially when it has something to do with like your emotions, your feelings. Like when you can feel something. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Whenever I can see something in my mind, don't laugh. um, then I know it's gonna happen, right? So let's say, for example, um, I'm gonna go out and have dinner um, with someone. If I can picture it in my mind, like if I can see myself sitting at a table with this person and having a meal, um, then it's like I know that's gonna happen. Does that make sense? So, but with you, it's 9 of Cups. So this is more about divine wishes being granted. In other words, like you ask for something and you receive it. Um, but it can also be like your emotions, how you feel, how you use your emotions to manifest, which is interesting because I mean that's really key. That is the key. When you're manifesting, is you want to feel like you already have that thing. So that's why people are so like lulu lala when they're manifesting, because they'll tell you like just be delusional. Like if you walk around calling yourself poor and you dress poorly and you don't ever feel like anything is ever going to come your way, then it's not right, and you're always going to be in that kind of energy. But if you, I don't know, dress up and you look nice and um I don't know, some people just like attract money that way because they feel that way, or they attract whatever it is because they feel how they would feel if they had that thing. Does that make sense? So I feel like the tool that you have that's hidden or you're not tapping into is you have the ability to feel the emotion of what it would feel like to have the thing that you want. And I think the thing you want is union. I mean, it's 1111, it's the 4 of Wands. All right, let's look at gentle first step. Look at that. The 2 of Cups comes out. The High Priestess is on the bottom. That's that inner knowing. So remember how I was just saying, like, when I can see it, then I know it's going to happen. So for you, it's like when you feel it, then you know that that manifestation is coming in. 2 of Cups is partnership. It's equal effort. It's romance. It's also dating. It's also dating. So if you're exhausted and you're on your couch all the time and you're only seeing this person in the 5D, because you're too emotional and you're not going out and like meeting people. So it's like you can't ask spirit like, oh, I'm lonely, or oh, I wish I could meet someone. And you can't tell spirit too like, oh, I only want it to be this one person. Like that's not, we don't tell God what to do, right? God tells us what to do. So the message I'm kind of getting here with this Virgo new moon, gentle first step for you. If it's about getting out, um, you know, dating, meeting people, having a romantic life of some sort, then spirit's saying like you're gonna have to date. You're gonna have to like go out there and meet people and talk to people and be in romantic environments. Right now, the song "Ordinary" is playing. Um, it's by Alex Warren, one of my new favorite artists. But he has a very intense, like personal story about like being homeless and all this kind of stuff, and then like finally making it, and now he's like this really popular guy everywhere. And we're listening to a song right now, right? And he just married his wife. Um, One of those stories where it's like she stuck it out. You know, they didn't know if he was ever going to make it or if they were just going to live out of their car, type of thing. Um, there's this energy of, I don't know, like that's what you want. There's this energy of like you want some type of partnership, someone who's like fully committed. Um, you want someone who can bring the same energy as as counterpart energy, as like divine masculine energy. I'm gonna leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. High Priestess Virgo energy. So I don't like people sometimes, but I know what you mean. I am a hermit. Yes. I think a lot of us are, and I think that we were actually told to be for a while. I just kept refusing, but let me tell you, I paid the price dearly. Um, but I feel like we're at this weird place where it's almost like we can come out now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Erica says same. But it's this energy where like we can come out now. We're gonna start to see people come into our environment. I've already experienced this. I really don't know what to say about it or like think about it just yet. I'm really just I don't know. I'm just trying to be present and like noticing and being aware of all the things and people and whatnot, but I'm not taking any type of like, I'm just being observant. I guess that's the word. But I feel like here soon, Spirit is definitely going to ask us to take more action instead of just observing, if that makes sense. Lose control. When this song first came on, oh my gosh, I would be driving to like work or something and I would just blast it in my car. I don't know, my car has some pretty good sound, so I feel like I blast every song. But I just remember I was driving down Rock Castle singing this song on top of my lungs. We all are. We all are. And it's like, it's weird because it's like eating away at us. I don't know. We're not handling it well, to say the least. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And the funny part is that, like, um, I don't do good with a couple of things. I don't do good with lonely. I don't do good with bored. Again, all the Aries, I'm going to blame my chart, but, um, and it's not like, so spirit is like telling me that I have to like be cautious of who like I share my energy with, who I let in my environment. We do have free will, so we can let whoever in, but then we have to like pay the consequences, right? So it's like I'm trying to be again observant, aware, but it's like I'm ready. I don't know. I don't know. You wouldn't believe though, Erica, how many people tell me like every day that's what they're struggling with. And what's really interesting is like in the collective theme, like divine feminine has been struggling with that for a minute. It's really now the divine masculine energy that is starting to struggle with it for the first time. Erica, did you want to do Virgo New Moon? Sandra says, I enjoy my isolation for the most part, but there's times I'm lonely. Yes. Um, at night when it's time to go to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. Um, okay, that's what I was gonna say earlier. I'm so glad you said that, Sandra. So here's the lesson or the thing that spirit tells me, like when I'm like I'm bored or I'm lonely. Um, anytime that you feel like you're lonely or you're bored, are you ready? Don't fall out of your seat. This is what you're supposed to do. Are you, like straight from spirit, from source to Rosa. Are you ready? You're supposed to give that time that you're lonely or you're bored to God, to spirit, to source. Yeah, that's God's time. So when you're bored or when you're lonely, you're supposed to be spending time with God. Yep, that's what I got told. Now, do I do it every time? No. And then I pay the consequences. Erica says, sure. I'm just saying, I didn't say you were going to like the answer. I just said I had the answer. Oh, sure, you want to do a reading. I got you. I got you. Where did you see your, where did you say your Virgo was? Sandra says, I can see that. Yep. I'm telling you, that's what he told me. Vanessa says, what if you don't believe in God? Okay. God is a label. Um, so I guess my question to you is, do you believe in a higher source? And if you say no, that's okay too. I mean, the idea is as we ascend and as we go through spiritual awakening, we realize that there's no exterior, there's no outer source, that the source is actually us internally. I'm just saying, in the great scheme of things, that's what they say that we'll reach this belief system as we go through ascension. I'm not there. Um, you know what I'm saying? But I do believe in a higher source. And I do believe that I came from this higher source. And I do believe that this higher source is a part of who I am. But if someone asked me, like, do I believe as in like God in the Bible, then I would say no. No, I don't. Joycelyn. Absolutely, Joycelyn. Okay, Vanessa. Okay, so see how we're using labels here. Okay, so Vanessa says, I believe in a spiritual force, right? A spiritual force. Explain to me what you mean by force. Like you feel like something spiritual is pushing you. Your moon, Virgo moon. Okay. So you're saying, yes, you believe that there's a spiritual force that's pushing you to do these spiritual things, right? So that would be a higher source, right? Is that the same thing? Would you agree that's the same thing? A higher source outside of you, right? I feel like a lot of us believe in the same concept. We just all have different labels. That's why I'm not a fan of the labels. I can't wait till we get to like whatever part of our ascension, probably like when we're angels or something somewhere, and we can just talk in energetic code. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we realize, oh, we're saying the same exact thing. Miss Al, welcome, Miss Al. Okay, so Spirit told me to give Erica a reading earlier, and I'm getting in trouble because I'm procrastinating. All right, so let's do, because Erica has Virgo Moon. I want you in the worst way. The song lyrics. King of Pentacles. Ooh, look at that. I got your back. But did he, though? But did he? um, okay. Your Virgo New Moon is here, and it's asking you to do something that you feel like you're not ready for. And I'm looking at the why. Why are you hesitating? Why do you feel like you're not ready? The King of Pentacles comes out. The King of Pentacles is someone who's a protector, a provider, um, all of those things. You could have one time felt like this person was your protector and was your provider. Again, I'm going to ask you, was he? I just had this relationship. I just had this relationship with this Capricorn, where I thought he was literally like for real sent from spirit to protect me, as my like, physical protector, and provider, right? As I went through the journey, the experience, the 5-year relationship, I realized that, I'm not saying he didn't help me and he didn't protect me, but not in the way that he was supposed to, and not in the way that he believes he did, right? Um, so it's in this picture, they both are wearing this mask, right? She's taken her mask off because she sees him now. Like she sees, yes, he helps me sometimes, but look at all this other stuff that he causes me. Look at all the pain that he brings me in my journey. Look at all the obstacles and chaos and circus show that he brings to my life, right? So she sees that now. So you're not hesitating because you're missing and longing for someone that you thought and felt like this person has my back. I'm out here in the world and I don't have to do life alone because he's got my back. He's going to protect me and he's going to provide for me. Except for, again, he didn't. He didn't. She's holding a glass. This glass has an apple in it. He's holding a toy. It's a toy. She was doing all the providing. Okay, maybe she's not doing all the providing, but are you ready? She was providing all of the stability. How about that? So it's like you were trying to make a home, you were trying to make something stable, you were trying to make something real, legit, king energy, and this person's bringing toys, pretending to be something they're not. And this is what's holding you back. All right, let's look at your hidden tool. You have the Nine of Swords coming out. Wow. Ouch. That could be the Virgo moon, right? The analytical mind. Same thing though. I seen this card and I'm like, oh my gosh. Um, okay, hidden tool. Nine of Swords is like a um I don't know what to say. Like it's a painful card. So it's telling me one, you have a high pain tolerance. That could be like physical or emotional, which just means you can take a lot of shit. Um, you also could really suffer from like a lot of anxiety, depression, past like experiences coming to back to haunt you. But this is your hidden tool, your hidden weapon. So it's telling me that you can handle nine swords and you're not buckling. You're praying, but you're not buckling. You're not quitting. Most people can't. Most people cannot handle the three swords. Remember the three of swords in tarot? Like most people just cannot. Okay. So the fact that you can handle nine of swords energy, which in other words, like you can face anxiety head on. So in other words, like you're the person that has anxiety, you know you have it and you persevere anyway. Like that's badass. Balls of steel, right? So in other words, spirit's asking you to pull out your, I almost said it again. I don't know, am I allowed to say that? Balls of steel. It's like spirit's asking you to do that, right? All right, I'm gonna take this one. I do see the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is healthy boundaries. Speaking your truth. Okay, so I pulled the Nave of Pentacles. This is gentle first step. Are you ready? Yours is hard, Erica. Have mercy. I thought it was gonna be an easy one because Spirit was like, "It's gonna be okay. Do this one." No, it's hard. Um, okay, so remember, naves are pages in the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. So you have the Page of Pentacles, which is like the very beginning. Like everything is ahead of you. It's almost like your whole life is ahead of you. So spirit's like all you have to do is take one tiny step forward into the rest of your life and leave some energy in the past. I hope that was helpful. She says could take shit, others probably can't. I can definitely see that at all costs. I understand that. I love it. I'm right there with you, Erica. I'm right there. And I stumble, I go back. What I've noticed here lately, in my newest stumbles, I'm quick to get back out. I don't know. It's like I can see it. I can see it a lot faster, a lot clearer now. I get angry with myself for stumbling to begin with. I think that's that, analytical, overcritical energy that comes with Virgo. So you're probably mean to yourself as well. You're probably overly critical, like when you backslide. Stop looking at the backsliding. Look how fast you get out. Look how long it took you to get out the first time. Look how fast you get out now. All right. Miss L says, great balls of fire. Top Gun. That's so interesting, Miss L. Top Gun. I was just talking to someone that said they were watching that movie the other day. All right, who else, guys? Who else? Who else wanted to do one? Sandra? But damn, when will it get easier? That's the question. I don't, I don't know. I wish I could be that tarot reader that comes out here and is like, Erica, you had a really hard time with this guy, but you're gonna overcome your anxiety and you're gonna meet a new guy and he's gonna be perfect and great and you're never gonna have another problem for the rest of your life. That's ridiculous, right? Like, I don't know. Um, I don't want to say that it doesn't get easier, because it does. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be something you're learning, some lesson you're experiencing. That's life. Like, that's, if you look up life, right? Like, life equals lessons. And I shouldn't say that. Life equals experiences, right? And there's lessons in those experiences, and there's obstacles in those lessons. Does that make sense? So it gets easier because you learn how to get through the obstacles better, right? That's why life gets easier. It doesn't necessarily, like, problems don't just stop happening. You're not gonna stop dating assholes. I'm not saying that. You may stop dating. You may find somebody that's not an asshole, and you're like, I'm marrying this guy, right? But I'm not, like, it's not gonna be the perfect relationship. Like, nothing, no one in here is gonna meet the next person and not have a problem in that relationship. It's about how you face that challenge and how you overcome it, right? And then that's how life gets easier. Does that make sense? Erica says, but my stumbles are hardcore. I say that all the time. Like, I really try not to mess up. Here lately, I've been on a freaking roll, let me tell you. But like, I really honestly make a genuine effort to, like, not be the asshole, you know what I'm saying? Like, not be the dumbass. And I don't know why I'm cussing so much all of a sudden, but anyway, and it's like, when I do, watch out, towers are falling. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I don't mess up like just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like massive destruction. So I totally get it. Stop focusing on how bad you mess up. Focus on how much better you're getting, or how much, less you mess up than other people, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit, don't focus on the hard part or the bad part. All right, let's do Sandra. Whiskey glasses is playing. Who drinks whiskey, Sandra? Who drinks whiskey in a whiskey glass? Um, Surely not with ice. No way. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's two fingers. Maybe it's two fingers. Who drinks whiskey? Who drinks two fingers of whiskey in a short glass? You have to tell me. All right, here we go. So Virgo New Moon is here. It's giving you a push to do something new you've never done before, and you feel like you're not ready. So let's find out, what is the hesitation? What is the why? The Five of Wands comes out. Challenges. Again, not ready, because Five of Wands is training. It says that you're actually prepared to handle a tough situation. You're going, I'm not ready. Or you're saying, I'm dealing with enough challenges, I don't want to deal with anymore. All right, let's look at the hidden truth, the hidden tool. I almost said the hidden truth. I wonder what that's about. Let's look at the hidden tool that you have to deal with the challenges. And you have the Four of Chalices coming out. Ooh, with the World card on the bottom. Again, I'm using Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, so they're a little bit different. So normally the World card is like great big opportunities, right? new cycles, new beginnings, all that good stuff, right? Not in the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. In this particular tarot set, it talks about how important it is. Like you may be getting a small opportunity or only one opportunity. It's like you're really going to have to squeeze every bit of whatever that you can out of this one opportunity because there might not be another one. Four of Chalices, Four of Cups. This is manifestation, having all the ingredients you need. It's also the energy of ignoring something because you're too busy paying attention to the things that you have that you're upset about or you don't like. So again, it's giving that Virgo energy, the shadow Virgo energy, where it's like you're over critical or over analyzing something. So you can't manifest, you can't bring something in. You could be like overthinking as well. All right, let's look at what the gentle first step is. Five of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Four of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Look at that Ace of Cups flying out. Ace of Cups, so it's overflow of emotion, gentle first step. Sandra, I'm learning about emotional regulation. What do you know about emotional regulation? So gentle first step is spirit wants you to like rein your feelings in about something. There's something that you're putting way too much emotion behind. It could be fear. You could be like, oh, I don't want to make this step because I have too much fear. And spirit's like, and you're like, I'm not ready. And spirit's like, no, you've trained for it, you're prepared for it, you're ready for it, you're overthinking something. And there's definitely this energy of like reining in your emotions with that Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups can also be like intuitive hit. So make sure you're paying attention to your intuition as well. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. She says, what the question mark? That's not a good sign. I don't know. I don't know what that means. She said, I don't show emotion very often. But it's still internal, right? Like you still feel inside. I mean, like you may still need to rein something in, especially fear. Like we don't tend to show our fear, but we're still scared, right? She was like, what the heck? That's a Scorpio, by the way, in case you were wondering why you don't show too much emotion. So I got all the feels. All right, guys, I'm fixing to wrap it up. Let me know if there's anyone else. Virgo New Moon tonight. I'll be back Tuesday. Tuesday, we're going to talk love and astrology. It is the last week of August, so my plan, my hope is to do the September transits on Tuesday, all 12 signs on Thursday, and then I'm looking at the 30th next Saturday for our September Twin Flame Current Energy Update. Friend says me, please. Vanessa says you can always tell someone's Scorpio by their eyes. That's so interesting. Thank you, Sandra. Um, Maybe, yeah. No, Joycelyn, you didn't miss out. We're gonna do yours right now. All All right, the song playing is Silverado for Sale. Did I already do hers? I don't remember doing hers. That would be so weird because I honestly do not remember doing hers. I did Tiona's earlier. Yeah, you're thinking Tiona. Tiona was the first one. I got you, Jocelyn. Here we go. Ready? Okay, Virgo New Moon is here. It's at 0 degrees. Guys, we're going to have another Virgo New Moon on September 21st, and it's going to be at 29 degrees. Both of these are critical degrees. I know we say the 29 degree is critical, but really it's both of them, okay? Which just means that the energy is even that much stronger, right? With this particular new moon, the 0 degree new moon we're experiencing today, it makes you feel like there's something it's pushing you to do. This could have something to do with like health, your daily routine, job, that type of thing. But it's like you feel like you're not ready to do it, whatever it is. So I'm gonna look at Jocelyn. I'm looking at hesitation. Like, why is the reason that you're hesitating? All right, so I have 3 of Swords coming out, and I want to say it came out in reverse, but I may have just been holding the cards upside down. Scorpio energy with that Judgment card is on the bottom. So you're hesitating because you have a broken heart. You haven't healed from a broken heart. I'm seeing string, so it's like you could feel like you're attached to someone spiritually, emotionally. You could have tried practicing cord cutting. Jocelyn, I don't recommend that. It's a waste of money. So if you feel like you're attached to someone and you feel like you can't get away from them, you can't stop thinking about them, their signs are constantly showing up in your everyday life, like their name, people that look like them, that type of thing. One, there's purpose to that. Two, if we could all, like, if we could just cut the cord, walk away from something, we would all do that, right? And we would never experience any type of like 3 of Swords. We'd never experience any pain. There's something to learn. There's purpose in pain. So there's something to learn. There's something to gain. There's something that's going to make you smarter, wiser, braver, all those things, right? But the getting past the heartbreak is what's keeping you like stuck. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, let's look at the hidden tool. The hidden tool that you already possess. We have the Nave of Swords coming back out. You already know something. You've already saw something. You've already experienced something. Page of Swords is energy of someone who's watching, maybe watching someone but afraid to communicate. But in this particular card, she's tapping on his shoulder and she's getting ready to say something. So it's like the tool that you have is being able to communicate, and there's something about not being able to communicate without fear. You shouldn't have fear. You shouldn't worry about things like rejection, abandonment, anything like that. You should just speak whatever the truth is. Now, Nave of Swords could also be, Page of Swords could also be like higher learning. Spirit could just say, you may need to research a little more. You may need to find a new book or watch like a new video or something to learn more about it. All right, let's look at gentle first step. We have the Moon card coming out. It's funny because I'm looking at gentle first step, and the moon card in Tarot of the Sweet Twilight reminds me of like the rapture. These huge birds flying around. Okay, so I think it's about acknowledging your fear or acknowledging your emotions or acknowledging how this heartache has stolen years, has stolen time in some way, has taken something from you. That's that rapture energy. But it's like it's taken something from you. It's like just acknowledging that. That's another thing, guys. I feel like we make this, awakening so challenging and so hard. And people are like, why I don't know how to heal from certain things. Okay, I'm not saying that this works every single time, and I'm not saying that there's not more to do in order to fully heal from something, whatever Three of Swords energy, right? But the first step to healing anything, are you ready? Really simple, is just acknowledging it. Just acknowledging it. Just saying that hurt me, and I've spent so much time watching this person or waiting for this person or waiting for this thing. And if you can just acknowledge that, that could be the first step in you going, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to take the first step in a new direction, right? Even if you're just thinking about taking that first step, because before you weren't, right? Because before you were just watching and waiting for something. And it's like now you understand that like that's not going to be that way, or it's not going to happen that way, or it's not going to happen when you want it to happen, so you might as well take a new action. I hope that makes sense. Says, I'm ruled by the moon. Same. Same. Yes, guys, please tap that like button for me. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Al. Confirm. Says I saw someone yesterday. Yes, I think she was just thinking Tiona. It's been quiet over there on Facebook today. It's been quiet on YouTube too, though, really. All right, guys. Anyone else? I think I want to go ahead and wrap it up. It's been a long, long day for me. I'm ready to go find something to grub on and probably get my butt in bed. Sunday is my off day. Thank goodness I get to spend it with my family and my son and my grandson. I'm super excited. So yeah, tomorrow should be a good day. All right, guys, I'm not seeing anyone else. I hope everyone enjoyed their reading. Guys, if you got a reading from me tonight, make sure you hit that like button for me. I appreciate you guys. If you're new, make sure to hit your notification bells to all, because you never know when I'm going to pop on with one of these music and tarots and free readings, right? All right, guys, I am scheduled to come back Tuesday night with love and astrology. I do believe we're going to look at the September astrology transit. So make sure to join me Tuesday night at 8 p.m. I love y'all. I'm always, always sending you love on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.